Hey everyone, it's Tremia, and as you can see, the rash is still here. Yesterday was my appointment with the dermatologist, and she took out the stitches on the side of my face, and she said it was healing really well. So that was good news to see that that it's healing. She is really upset that it still hasn't improved. She said she's hoping I would walk in and was well on my way to recovery. But she said she's not going to leave me like this, that she's going to do everything that she can to help me. But of course, she's kind of in the hands of the transplant doctor also. She has to coordinate a lot of things with him before she can do stuff. Of course, we went over everything. She asked me, like, if this was still bothering me any, and it's just like, I'm miserable. It's really starting to, knock me down. I feel like I'm taking a step back instead of a step forward. And which, I've been making a slow progress each day, but it's been, no matter how small, it's been an improvement. But over the past week, it hasn't been like that. I itch. I'm so sorry. And she did another biopsy. This time she did it behind my ear. She said the rash had spread. It's on my scalp, which I thought it was, but I can't tell. It's the top of my head. And so she did the biopsy where there was like new rash, and she chose back here so it won't be on my face. And of course I have stitches I have to get out again, and just the stress of it all made me clench up my body. And so today I feel like I've been run over by a Mack truck. And I know, all in all, everything that we've been through, because when you suffer with lupus, it's a constant battle. And a biopsy, after everything that we've been through, it's small. But my body just right now, it doesn't want to be touched. It doesn't want to be poked and prodded, cut on, stitched up, or nothing. And it's really taken an effect on me. So she said, because it was late in the evening, late afternoon that I had my appointment yesterday, so she said she won't get the results back until Thursday, which is tomorrow. And of course she's going to call and talk to Dr. Burt some more. I'm sorry, I've got my fingernails cut way far down, so because I'll wake up in the night and I'm just digging at it. And she said that's probably how my eye is like that. I probably scratched my eye without knowing it. So she's going to talk to Dr. Burt. I'm going to send more pictures to him today by email so he can get another look at it. And we're just still trying to figure it out. She said that the biopsy, it said that it was not a topical reaction. So that ruled out, the Clinique, that dark spot corrector. And, but she said, even if it was the Clinique, that by now it should be going away. And the further we go, even if it was a possibility, it's lessening it, the further out we go. And as far as the eruption of the lymphocyte recovery, which is the reaction to the stem cell transplant, she said she agrees with Dr. Burt that it's probably not that, because it's too far out. That usually occurs when you're still in the hospital, when your counts start to go back up from zero, when your body starts to make, lymphocyte is a white blood cell, so when it starts to make those again, that's when that happens. And this started 30 days after the fact. And so that's not a that's not a high probability. And then she said she tends to think it also is an allergic reaction to medication and that we need to look at other medications. And with that, I started to cry. You know, they stopped the prophylactic medications, and those are my protection and my barriers. You know, it's an antibiotic, antifungal, and antiviral. And so, I mean, that's taken away my safety. And that's just kind of at the back of my head. And so, you know, I'm even more careful with not touching things. And, you know, I definitely, you know, I'm not out in public yet or anything anyway. But, I don't touch money. I definitely don't touch that. One time I accidentally touched it, and I was washing my hands and putting antibacterial on it. One time when Dwayne and I was for a ride, we were sitting somewhere, and a friend walked up, and he shook my hand, and I shook his without even thinking about it. And then I thought, what in the world am I doing? And then, you know, when friends come over, you know, you can't be hugged. Dwayne just kisses me on my cheek or my forehead. Used to on the couch, even though Sheldon's going to be 22. He's always basically practically sit on my lap. He's always up underneath me. And, but now, you know, we have to keep distance. And so taking away this medication just kind of scares me. But now, you know, they're wanting to start in on other medications. And these are going to have, you know, side effects. You know, that you're supposed to be slowly tapered off of these medicines, not taken off of them. They won't do it abruptly, but it'll be over a couple of week period of time, but you'll still have some serious side effects. And I already feel like I've been beaten up. It's gonna be hard. I just hope that they find out something different. She gave me a different kind of medication to try on my face. She told me to use whatever medicine I thought relieved me the most. And I put that new medicine on me when I got home, and it was stronger than the other one, she said. But I put it on in 10 minutes. It had sucked out every bit of water on my face, and it was painfully dry, and it had hardened back up. And I tried to put on the lotion to help it relieve it, and it really didn't. So I came in and I washed my face with water for a while, and then I kept cold compresses on it, and they were wet, so trying to get some moisture back into my skin. And then I put on the other medication, and it finally relieved it, you know, somewhat. But this is totally miserable. Also, she told me to stop the Benadryl. You know, I had started taking Zyrtec with the Benadryl, and the Zyrtec is giving me more relief. And in the evening is when it's by far the worst. And she told me I can take 2 Zyrtec, so I take one at 6 a.m. and one at 6 p.m. And other than that, it's just a wait and see. And, you know, she said she's not going to leave me like this. That Dr. Burt last week didn't want to give me any kind of steroid injection because I'm working, you know, I'm tapering off of it, and he didn't want to rock that boat. But they also thought that it would be clearing up, and it's not. So she said he's going to have to reconsider that because something's going to need to be done, and she's going to talk to him about that. I'm running out of time. I cried my way through this one. And I try not to cry about everything because there's so much. I would be crying all the time. So if I do cry, I'm not feeling well. But anyway, thank you guys for all your words of encouragement. I'll see you in the next video.